As part of a collaboration with other artists and on the suggestion of Claire's Crafty Corner, we are going to do a little Halloween craft, since that's the theme. I've got my molds, I've got my resin. Here we go! Hello, I hope you are well. I've prepared my resin. I've got some molds here that are fondant molds, but they work very well with the resin. On the other hand, it's terribly narrow, especially the spider legs, so I'm going to make a lot of messy things all over the place. It's not going to be easy. I've got this spider mold. I'm going to brush them with a little chameleon powder to make them a little prettier. Pouring the resin is going to be complicated. I can feel it. Oh yes, I can feel it. I don't like spiders. I hate them. Well, it's a useful creature, all right, but not in my house. I don't like them. It scares me. It's really not easy to get into all these little things in the cavities, and I'm not even talking about the legs. I'm sure I'm going to have trouble filling out all this correctly. Phew, I don't know why I got into this. Well, it's normal. I have to make things difficult, okay? For a moment I thought of doing this with UV resin. It would have been quicker and easier to control, but it's not possible because these molds are perfectly opaque. So with the UV resin it won't work. I'm going to use 2 different powders to really try to make these spiders a little more pleasant to watch. I'm going to speed it up because it's a very long video otherwise. Don't worry. So come on, I'll speed it up. I also have a mold with little ghosts on the right of your screen, and then bats, and a mold which is a whole bunch of little witch accessories, and a witch's head, etc. I've got a skeleton on too. So, all in keeping with the Halloween theme. Now I'm going to put a little flame on my resin and put a black epoxy paste to color the resin for my bat mold and for various other little things here. Yes, I'll also use chameleon powder in the witch's mold. After that, I leave the ghosts and the end unicolored in white. So, I'll mix my epoxy paste and then I pour. I'm a little nervous. Yes, I admit, for the pouring. So, let's go for my spiders. I'm pouring a bit wily. I can't go straight into the legs like that. That's for sure. So with my stick I try to get the resin into the little legs. I press hard and I cross my fingers because I don't want there to be any holes, I mean any places without resin. I squeeze the mold a little. That brings up the air bubbles too. Great. Oh my gosh, it's really very, very tight. And then I run my stick over it and pour the excess into my bat mold. A little clean up, and now it's off to the bats too. As these are fondant molds, there are some parts, particularly around the edges, that are not closed So I tried not to get into them, otherwise they leak everywhere. I'm already doing a lot of mess. It's a messy day today. And then with my stick I'm going to pour I'm going over it, sorry. There's no point in filling cavity by cavity. I wouldn't get away with that. So I'll do it like this. I'll go over the top and remove the excess. Okay, that's done. I move on to the witch mold. I call it the witch mold because it's easier. There's a witch's head and witch's shoes. There is a cute little cauldron. I'm going to fill it in the same way. This one is little wider, so little easier to control. A little bit of chameleon powder in the shoes and on the witch's hair, and then I'll pour and try to fill my mold correctly. The heel of the witch's shoe is also something of a tight fit. Now my hand and my little white ghost. All it's dry. See the spider I've already unmolded. I unmolded this one because I wanted to make sure it worked. It's the biggest, but it's still a spider. That's not what I don't like it anymore. So let's see if the other one will come out fine. You have to be very careful with the legs because they're obviously very thin. Yes. Normally these two spiders shape, sorry, it looks like there are two things are pendants. So it's very thin in terms of the little hole for hanging. So I'm going to cut off the part that are used to make the pendant. I'll just leave the legs. And I have a little spider web. My I don't remember the name. Oh yes, crow's head. A little close-up. All there, the cauldron, the sweep, the little hole. I like it, it's nice, I like him a lot. He's the only one who isn't scary. It's very nice. The crow's head, my little ghosts, the spider's web. Yes, it's a spider holding a skull. I didn't see it, I must admit. What I've got now? Well, the spiders, everything about the witch, the shoes, her head, the little book of magic, the little cauldron. There are all my bats. There's the witch broom. Okay, well, that's all very nice, but what are we going to do with them? Well, I don't know. We'll find out right away. Oh yes, there were some stars too, but they didn't come out right. I hadn't filled my mold very carefully. Let's move on the second part of the video. I've got this plexiglass panel. There's a film on top and underneath. I don't know yet whether to leave it or not. Under the protective film, it's very shiny and that bothers me a bit. Yes? No? No, I'll leave it on. I took some compresses and then I pulled them out, tore them up, mishandled them. So I've come up with the idea of making a sort of Halloween decoration, if you like, on this sheet of plexiglass. I'm going to try and place them as best as I can. It's been a real pain. A real pain. By the way, I'm going to speed things up and cut cut out parts of the video because, frankly, it's been a real pain, a nightmare. It took me forever to get everything just right, and then figuring out how to stick things together was not at all easy. So here's where I started. I've got a fabric here. It's a scarf I got from Temu, because the witch, there's the head, there's the shoes, but there's no body. So it's a bit weird. I'll try to make her some kind of dress, but I'm an absolute zero when it comes to sewing. So what I decided to do was to use glue to stick this outfit on my witch's head. Well, it wasn't easy at all. First of all, it had to fit, and it had to hold well. That's not easy, not easy. In fact, once I'd started, I just had to keep going. So the fabric is very nice. It has beautiful reflections, as you can see, but beyond that, not easy to handle. So I started by taking some glue. Yes, I also damaged the fabric with the cutter, because witches' dresses often have holes. And then I took some glue. I tried to glue the end to that it stayed together, the piece of fabric, and I put the witch's head, and let me tell you, it didn't work at all. The fabric just wouldn't stick. Oh my goodness. So I had to get out a needle and thread and sew it all up, and then glue on the witch's head. Okay, here is my little Halloween decor. So I'm not completely satisfied, and yet it took me an incredible amount of time to place everything. I'm sorry, because my compresses are too flat. I probably used too much glue. I tried to arrange everything. I had to make a Halloween decoration. Well, don't forget to go to the description box. You have got the playlist of everyone who's going to the collaborating on this Halloween challenge, so don't forget to check out on the others. I'm waiting for you to tell me what you think. We'll be meeting up again very soon, but for different things. So I won't be doing another one anytime soon. Take good care of yourself. Bye.